All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're back here in Blue Ridge for another project. Today, we're very excited to show you the Elleby project, and I'll introduce them in just a moment. In addition to Laura and Ryan Elleby, we've got the builder with us today as well, Tommy Wozlik. As part of the Elleby project, you got to meet Ryan and Laura Elleby. They have put together the plans in conjunction with Tommy Wozlik for this beautiful property you're about to see. Laura's in the business of real estate here in Blue Ridge, and Ryan's in the business of medical sales or medical business. And then, of course, we got Tommy with us. He's one of the 8 builders out of the parade of homes, and very excited for Tommy to show off what he's created here with this home. Tommy comes with a much different flair to the building. The angled roof, the customized windows, the mixture of wood, stone, and kind of wanted to get from the three of you, what was the vision? How did you guys get this whole thing started? Because it's just so unique.
It's been an experience. So we found the property several years back, and we knew that this was definitely the picture perfect spot for our custom home. Did some research, and we're lucky enough to come across Tommy Wozlik, and really this whole idea started from a piece of paper, and we really fell in love with this.
Not really.
Well, it did. Well, hold on.
No, I found my dream house on Pinterest.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, he changes the story.
Well,
he doesn't give me any credit.
Hold on. It started with Pinterest.
Yes.
Then it moved to a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely it morphed into this. And this is what being over budget looks like on every aspect of the house. But it's been a great project. Like I said, we had a lot of ideas, and we were able to sit down with Tommy and kind of get this project and bring it to life. So it's been a lot of fun.
So this house has got some gables in it. It's got some shed roofs. It's got a ton of stone. One thing that has taken a change here is the stairwell. Behind all this stone and this glass is a monorail stairwell. And one day Ryan hit me up because, hey, meet me out here. I just want to go over the setup of the windows, the spacing. What you can't see is behind this, there's a landing that separates the floors and lets you get up to the next story of the house. Ryan goes, well, can we do anything here? And I said, well, we can tear all this rock back off. Now we're digging into the budget. And we ordered 2 more small windows, and then between Ryan and Laura and I, we came up with a placement of where the break should be. It hides the landing, and everything just kind of flows a little better now.
I did want to highlight, Tommy, you've become like the king of putting in the glass garage doors with the dark frames. I love the look. Where'd you get this from?
Picture being a musician or an artist and having to sing and or write that same song or drawing every day. You'd be bored.
Yeah.
You'd be extremely bored. So as a builder, I don't want to build the same old thing. I want to build something different, more character, something with more challenging ideas and budgets.
Yeah, which is great, because if I heard you two, you're probably have, from the original floor plan, have added another 40% to the size of the house. It's what it looks like.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's been every step of the way, the amount of decisions we've all made collectively it's been crazy. We've started, like I said, from a Pinterest picture, then a piece of paper, and then when you start seeing it come to life, we're always over here, and there'll be days where I show up and Tommy's over here thinking, and I'm thinking, and everyone's just, it's a creative space for everybody. It's been an awesome journey. So yeah, it definitely has morphed into something a lot bigger than what we anticipated, but here we are, and we're doing it, so we're enjoying it.
And it's always so fun to watch people spend a lot of money on the project and go over budget, because this makes this really nice.
Usually the front door is one of the last things to go in. If you put this front door in 4 months ago, this thing would look like someone hit it with a tanker truck. You got rock guys, tile guys, drywall guys, plumbers, you name it. You got beams, iron beams, wood beams coming crashing through here. So the front of this house kind of was left open for a long time. And we purchased this big front door, and let's check it out.
Wow, this is spectacular. I love this room. And Tommy, what is this, like 30 feet high here?
I'd say 23 feet tall.
What stands out is all the beams. The steel beams are incredible.
Yeah, they are probably 35 pounds per square foot. And the toughest part was flying them in. So if you notice, the beams are on a pitch. Like if you were to carry something with a crane, picking up the beam straight would be one challenge, but when you put the beam on an angle and you're trying to fly it in. So we had to fly the beams in the house, outside the back of the house, and walk them back into the little pockets and slots that they're in right now.
You're using steel throughout, it looks like. What's the plan for, you gonna leave them natural, they get painted?
So we've kind of mixed it up. So these big beams on the ceiling, we are leaving natural because it's kind of more of a rustic, feel. But then the stairwell, we had it rustic like this as well, but then we decided to paint that just to kind of mix it up, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna have obviously the beams cleaned up and keep them as natural as possible. And we also have a fire mantle that was made that will keep that natural.
That
as
was a
well.
Tommy surprise.
That was a nice little Tommy surprise. And so all the mantles, there's one outside that's also steel, and we have some steel beams kind of wrapping around the kitchen here that we just kind of want to keep that rustic element in the house. It kind of looks, we think it looks good with the rock and the paint colors, and when it's all said and done, I think it's going to be a really nice touch.
Oh, it looks fantastic. So Tommy, now I'm noticing, compared to a lot of the other homes, you did not use molding.
When you start trimming stuff out, it's like you're chasing that piece of trim through the house. It stops, it goes, it turns, it goes down the wall, it goes across the floor, it goes around the doors, the windows. So this whole ceiling, there's no trim anywhere. It keels into the beams. The rock is all morphed right back up around it.
I really wanted, a lot of straight lines, a lot of clean edges, and for us, that was kind of, we never even discussed it. That was kind of just Tommy's creativity coming through, and all of a sudden you come here and you're like, wow, there's no trim, and that's something we just wouldn't have thought of, but it just flows with the house.
It looks fantastic. So what's happening here?
So we just wanted one big open space because you tend to always be where the kitchen is, no matter where it is. This is gonna be the kitchen here. I'm doing a butler's pantry in the back so the kitchen stays very clean and just simplified. And then basically, it's all open. So that's the living room. This is gonna be a big table, so open to the outdoor fireplace. Everybody can be in one room pretty much all together.
So I love that the hearth. I know you said that was a surprise.
There's 5 pieces of steel that are all welded to give you what it is today. It's mitered here, so it's got a return piece here. Then you can see the weld lines here, and there's another plate up here, so you could put a TV or some kind of knickknacks or something.
Okay, so then all of this stays natural, the big beams, but now here, this looks fantastic. I'm going to love that tread look, or whatever the appropriate construction term would be.
Yeah, it's a 4x12, and that is a monorail stringer. All of this steel work was built here on site, but there's actually been some body work done. If you can see all the weld marks, it's dusty, but it's smooth. And these wooden treads will go all the way up and then go up on top of that there too.
Whose design was the steel plate?
Me. I thought he was gonna claim it. We had a lot of different ideas for that, but
Somehow you won.
well, yes, per usual. But the steel plate, I liked it because it looks like it's part of the monorail, because we said maybe do a big wooden box, but then I just didn't feel like that
Right.
fit in. So just having that element, it looks like the stairs then are now sitting on the steel.
I love it.
So the stairs, kind of from the beginning, was always going to be a focal point of the house. Some of the stuff we'd seen online, and just, we knew the entry was going to be next to the stairwell, so this literally became a piece of art, if you will, and it started a much smaller scale, and then one thing led to another, and then now we have a floating steel staircase. After seeing how amazing this looked black, all railing that you see is actually all fabricated steel. And again, that was kind of not part of the plan, but it's just so solid, it looks so good, it looks so contemporary, just different. So we carried that outside, and we're actually also going to be carrying that same look around the pool deck. And so yeah, you'll see a lot of the same elements throughout the house. When we were sitting down designing the house with Tommy and Laura and everybody involved, everything had to be symmetrical and all the lines had to be right. And it just so happened that that front door was perfectly centered with the center of that mountain, and just, I don't know, worked out in our favor.
Okay, so after seeing that spectacular view, you said this is going to be the kitchen?
Right.
And so how is this laid out?
So basically, we're standing in the island right now.
Okay.
We're doing a huge island, and with a big waterfall granite over it.
Okay.
So there's going to be bar stools, 8 bar stools you can pull up. And then my vision for the kitchen was keeping it very simple and clean. I hate seeing stuff on the counters and coffee makers and everything like that. So here is just gonna be like the refrigerator, some floating shelves, just very minimalistic.
Yep.
And then everything is gonna go in the butler's pantry. Cooktop's out here
Yeah.
so that when I'm cooking, because I'm the only one who does, you can see the view.
I sense tension.
So that was my thing, you know, cooking with a view. This is not hard to look at, and it might make it more fun. Maybe even you'll learn.
We'll see.
There's a grill somewhere.
That's right, that's right.
We haven't gotten to that part yet. Okay, so we've come out from the kitchen onto this killer deck. And I have to tell you, I mean, between the view and then I'm a big fireplace guy, so I love the way this thing is positioned. Your summer sunset is gonna be right off there, and then now you've got this positioned perfectly.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there's a story behind.
Yeah, the fireplace actually was designed to sit right here, like most every other fireplace that most of all of us do. So now you're outside and you got the elements. You got rain, snow, wind. So the only thing protecting you was this fireplace that was in dead center line of the fireplace that's behind me. And the way it was going to be set up, we were having a hard time centering it, and Ryan wanted them to both be exact, and we were having a tough time with that. So we kind of went back to the drawing board and moved the fireplace over here.
So the guy that's picky with the lines and angles.
Yeah, everything's gotta line up properly. And like I said,
It's probably an inch off, maybe.
no, it was actually 16 inches off. To be exact. And I knew that it would bug me because when we drew it on paper, that fireplace there, I wanted it to be perfectly in line with this fireplace. You know, we're always hanging in the kitchen and we're always hanging outside, especially here in Blue Ridge. So for this to have these big open doors, everyone hanging in the kitchen, everyone out here, this is pretty much the party porch. So it's gonna be awesome.
After seeing the kitchen, out there with the fireplace, I just happened to notice, like, all your wall switches are totally unique. How do these work?
This is a one gang plate that handles 3 different switches. So instead of having 4 or 6 here, you're gonna have 2 of these, which is a single gang plate. And they will be exactly in line with that there and that there. So instead of having this big row of normal switches, the Elleby family's gonna spend a few more bucks and buy these.
Well, that's pretty cool. I love how you guys are totally in sync with your lines and angles. It's pretty sweet. But why did you guys pick Tommy? I'm curious now.
I mean, for one, he's on the same page with everything being perfectly symmetrical.
Well, that came after the
That came
fact.
after the fact, yeah.
I think it was the bromance, actually, that first started it, and the love for motorcycles. And then, you know, it took us a while to decide. Took us a while to crack Tommy open. And then once we did, I don't think we
So what,
looked back.
you two go riding together?
Not yet. We
Not yet.
do a lot of talking. A lot of talking.
Bench racing.
Bench racing. Yeah, we're both really good at that.
What's funny is we were out to eat one night and we saw Ryan and Laura out for dinner, and I looked over at Christine and I said, I bet you that guy races motocross. And she looks at me and goes, how do you tell if someone races bikes or not? I'm like, I can tell. One thing leads to another.
Here we are. We're building a house. Honestly, having someone like Tommy just here and being super open to all these changes. I mean, when we decided to do this project, we wanted to have a ton of flexibility. And I think, you know, our personalities are all the same. So if it's bugging me, it's probably bugging Tommy as well. I know it's bugging you too. So we're all on the same page, which makes life easy.
This is the master?
This is the master.
I love the natural light.
And we're actually not doing any window treatments at all, so it's gonna stay like this.
I want to be super like indoor, outdoor feeling all the time. You know, we're early birds anyway, so there really is no such thing as sleeping in with 2 little kids. So
True.
the sun will wake us up, and it just has a nice airy light feel.
I mean, again, the natural light's incredible. Fireplace, Tommy?
Yep, linear firebox. There's not supposed to be a TV over here.
No.
So
That's
that'll-
not feng shui or good for your master bedroom,
Yeah.
they say. So we wired it for a TV, just, I don't know, just because. But there's a big piece of art going
In
on.
case you change your mind.
Yeah.
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 Or it goes up for sale.
Don't say the same word. Don't say it.
So then in here is the master bathroom and closets. Holy smokes. I'm gonna guess that's you.
Yes.
Yeah,
How'd you
cool.
guess?
Well, I wonder
Just a
why. There's
little
only 80
larger?
shelves in there. And
Shoes.
shoes. I believe it. I totally believe it. And then in here, this is interesting. I'm gonna need help on this one. Tommy, is all glass? Is it a steam shower?
There's a lot of moving parts inside here. So there's gonna be a tub right here.
Oh, cool.
It's a steam shower. It'll be all glass. There'll be a door on this side. There'll be a door on this side.
Yeah, I had to fight to keep this steam shower because somebody kept going over budget on rock, and he's like, we don't need a steam shower. So that's like one of the only things I asked for.
Only things.
Yeah.
Only things.
So I fought for it.
Yeah, and I've always wanted an outdoor shower, so that's why we have the windows in here, because this is about as close as we're gonna get.
No window coverings here either?
Nope.
Free show, come on. Free show.
This will be interesting. A gate at the driveway?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see.
So then, Ryan and Laura, the kids are here. It's
Correct.
kind of like their own
Wing.
little wing. So one of them's here. There's-
Nope, that's actually gonna be like their playroom,
Oh.
study,
Okay.
with laundry in the closet because they're gonna start to learn to do that themselves. Yeah.
So good. Wow. And they get their own balcony.
Yeah, so we, when designing the house, we actually merged two houses together. And one of the houses we really liked had this kind of same setup above the garage. And I thought, wow, it'd be really cool to have the kids' rooms up there, kind of, on the other side of the house so they can be crazy and do whatever they want, but also have their own little balcony. And so now the kids can walk out and yell at us from down there, or yell at the dog or whatever. But it's a really neat little space, and I'm sure they're gonna be out there all the time.
That'll be fun. No, that I've never seen stone on a balcony like that. And you're doing the same black railing.
Yeah, all the same steel, fabricated all the railing up here. And yeah, the stone was Laura's idea. And I think we actually all, Tommy, myself, and Laura, all were kind of throwing around different ideas. So then we ended up with stone, and it looks awesome. Yeah, it's really turned out well.
I love the garage door. That's cool. But what's the rest of this gonna look like?
We really wanted to utilize like all of the space. We wanted to have large rooms, but not like a lot of little rooms, and really to have like a functional house. This is a very purpose-built house. So this room we knew would be like the entertaining room. And so we entertain a lot. We get a little crazy sometimes. And so the idea here was to have roll-up doors, all indoor, outdoor door furniture, stamped concrete inside and out, that it's all the same. There's gonna be a bar right here, kind of facing out towards everybody, and floating shelves, and we have a bunk room over there. And basically this is gonna be where everyone comes and gets rowdy. And it's really nice too, because it goes right out to the pool, and we're gonna have a fire pit out there and everything. So this is probably where we'll be spending a lot of time.
Bulk of the time.
Yeah.
So then over here is another bedroom.
Yeah, so the guest bedroom is on the right there with their own exit to the pool. And then that room back there is basically gonna be like a storage room / workout studio. Guest bathroom is right here. And then what we're doing here, kind of a neat room, we're putting a refrigerator right there in this little corridor, but inside that room we're actually doing, it's gonna be a bunk room. So we'll have it'll sleep 12 people. And so when friends, family, everyone comes and you need a place to crash, everyone's gonna go to the bunk room. When designing this house, we wanted to make everything super open. And so the steel is cool look, but it also has a structural purpose, so it's nice.
And then is patio gonna be all out that way, I'm assuming, with the large slider, and then just wrapping around to the pool?
Right. It's gonna go, basically, we're keeping the same concrete and running it right out to the pool. So when the garage doors are open, again, you get that inside-outside feel.
I mean, that whole area is gonna be, we're gonna have underdecking, so it'll keep it really nice and clean, and we'll have like a big,
12-seat table.
yeah, like a big buffet table out
He
there.
has no idea about the furniture,
Yeah,
like
no
none, zero.
Zero. So I don't really know what's gonna be out there, but I'm sure it'll be cool.
Well, it'll be cool. There'll be more tension between you two.
That's right.
So, oh, wow. I feel like, Tommy, you've done another amazing job with the pool. I cannot wait to see this thing finished. Laura, you were telling me the concrete extends out from the basement,
Right,
lower level.
right to the pool.
It'll come straight out and level right in time with that floor. So there'll be no stepping and tripping. There'll be some type of center drain here. Everything will kind of valley to this point and either go that way and that way with any type of flooding waters or anything, rain or snow.
Again, we were like super anal about, I wanted to make sure we walked straight out of the basement into the pool deck. So I didn't want to have any steps or anything. It just kind of, again, have that really inside-outside feel we were talking about. So I think Tommy's done a really good job just kind of making sure everything's measured out perfectly, because we got to be in sync with the pool guys, we got to be in sync with the concrete guys, and everything's got to be just right. And so everyone's taken a real step in making everything perfect, which has been awesome.
Well, Ryan and Laura, I can't tell you, this is spectacular. I mean, I'm pretty excited for you guys, and of course pretty excited for myself to play here too.
That's right.
But Tommy, man, this is one of your best projects.
I want to build a house when someone drives up, they're like, wow, check that out.
Yep.
But he's actually not allowed to build this one again, right?
That's right.
That was the deal.
Well, you would get bored anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
You would get bored already. So, now, you had mentioned before, you're kind of been involved every possible second. Structure, windows, the look, the feel, everything outdoors. Now it sounds like
I'm passing the torch to Laura. So next time you guys come, it'll be Laura's tour, because I spend every waking moment out here with Tommy and really fine-tuning everything, and I have no idea what the fixtures look like. I have no idea what the lighting looks like. I have no idea what the furniture looks like. That's her deal, and I don't really want to know. So
I'm the fluff.
she's the fluff. That's
Yeah.
right. I'm the show. You're the fluff. So yeah, it'll be fun.
And I can't wait for these budget discussions when this thing is
Yeah.
done. So, anyway, we will be back in 6 weeks, right? Is that what we're shooting for?
That's the number.
6 weeks. That'll be the final walkthrough with everything done, decorated, all lights, everything's in. And it will be Laura's show at that point in time. So follow us on Facebook and stay tuned. This is going to be exciting.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good day.